Hi guys, I have another fun little video for you. I am going to make some fresh pasta for my wife for her dinner tonight when she gets home. And I wanted to show you how simple it is to do that without actually using a pasta maker. And also, in Cookbook 1, which I will include a link to the free recipe download and guide for making fresh low point pasta. I recommend at the back of it in the notes how you can take the unused portions that the recipe makes and you can freeze the portion dough balls in the freezer. And just to let you know how well that works, this is from last summer, 2019. I just thawed it out and nice pliable. This is my pasta dough I'm going to use for this. Now, for the majority of the work we're going to be doing on it, we aren't going to use a pasta maker. We are going to use something that Chiafilu and all of his nonas want to chase me with whenever I talk about almond milk, a rolling pin. We're going to use that. Going to use a little bit of cooking spray because we don't want to add a bunch of flour. Normally when you see like Food Network or food bloggers and stuff, when people are making pasta, they try to look really cool and they just throw 5-gallon buckets of flour on a cutting board. That's points. What is 0 points? A teaspoon and a half of flour in a fine wire mesh. And when we want to dust it, we are going to tap this and very lightly dust our surface. We could pretty much, if you do it correctly, you can use 1.5 teaspoons only, which is 0 point of flour, to dust almost an entire cup of fresh made pasta dough when you're making it, versus the half cup or more that you see people throwing on a cutting board. So for this, we are going to roll this in that little bit of flour we just put down. And this isn't going to be as perfect looking as regular, pasta with a pasta machine, but this is for if you don't have one. I have a cutting board here, and what the heck. I was gonna go all nice and use plastic wrap so I didn't have to clean it later, but forget it. So we're just going to make a rectangular shape with this, and a little bit of flour on the board, and we are just going to roll it out. This will take a little while, but you will see at the end how you actually get a much nicer product and more of it with 3 points of fresh made pasta versus the store-bought dried stuff. The texture also is better, and of course it tastes 10 times better. Now we're going to lightly dust this again. That's Rachel excitedly singing to her new favorite show. There we go. And we've hardly used any of that flour up to this point. We want to make this a little on the thinner side. And yes, my wife gets fresh pasta. Now, though I cook for her like she's on purple, yes, I could use regular, whole wheat pasta or bean curd pasta or whatever the heck else is free on purple. But pasta's one of those rare things I will not make a substitution on. I will not use that konjac or whatever abomination pasta. And I personally don't... Dang, Rachel's going to town. I personally don't like the texture and mouthfeel of whole wheat pasta. So this is a nice little sheet. And this is a 1/4 cup section. Now, if I were to use a regular pasta roller and do this, I would get a lot of pasta out of this 3 points. However, this is to show you how you can have fresh pasta without a pasta machine. Now, how do we get nicely formed noodles, though, you might be asking? Well, I'll show you. It's pretty simple. A little bit more dusting. And remember, once again, 1.5 teaspoons of flour is 0 points. Water's boiling right now. Now, I'm going to dust this baby up again. Now we are going to roll it. Roll, roll, roll. I'll put it at this angle so you can see it. And we are just going to make nice little cuts. And each one of these. Noodles. One should unwind it. Now these aren't perfect and uniform because these are just free cut. That's how it goes. And so pretty much you do that all the way down. And when it's all done and you have all the pasta noodles ready, throw them in boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes and they're done. All right, it boiled for 3 minutes and made right around 1 cup of cooked pasta. The noodles are thick. If I were to use a pasta roller machine, I have a hand crank one that I got cheap on Amazon, Imperia brand, I would have rolled it to the second to the thinnest setting, and I would have been able to get twice as much pasta out of 1/4 cup portion. Doing it that way, that thinness, the pasta is very delicate, and I'm actually able to, with 3/4 of a cup of dough, make enough pasta once it's boiled to, in a sheet form, to make a 4-layer lasagna in a 13x9 pan with 4 layers, with just 9 points, whatever, yeah, I think 9 or 10, whatever it works out to with Weight Watchers math, 9 or 10 points of flour to pasta an entire lasagna pan. But anyway, this is a 1/4 cup of flour pasta dough ball, and this is thick noodles. It boiled for 3 minutes, and it's super simple, and you can do it without a pasta machine.